Alright, thanks for checking one of our videos here. This is going to be a little how-to video. I mean, this is kind of a crude way of doing it, but this is what I've got to do. I figured this would help out somebody doing it in the field. We're going to calibrate, or show you how to calibrate. The scale, the low bar we have is already calibrated to this indicator, but I'm going to show you how to do it because the manual for this scale, this is a Gallagher W-0 scale, one of the newer version models. Don't see them in for repair hardly ever. They're a good scale. It has a bunch of preset calibration instructions, or whatever you want to call it, saved in there, but not all of them are saved for different brands and models because it has to be able to plug into the scale correctly. Well, we've got the guy bought a used low bar from another brand called True Test. It's an older bar called HD 1010, and he wanted me to calibrate that bar to this scale or see if it would work. Well, I knew physically and electrically it would work, but I didn't know how to calibrate it. So I got the manual here, the user guide. It has just about everything and anything, whatever, about the scale, except for how to calibrate it. So I had to get a hold of Gallagher, and I had them send me over the spanning or calibration instructions, and it's got basically everything you need to know about it. There's a couple things it doesn't say on there. They need like a step, whatever you want to call it, make step 8 something else, step 9 something else, and step 10 should be step 8. So I'll tell you about that in a second. But it has all these different models of low bars that has pre-saved instructions inside the scale of how to talk to it, so it recognizes it. So we've got a True Test HD 1010. If you look at there, it does not have the HD 1010 on there at all. So down here it says custom. So if you have a low bar that will plug into it and it's not on this list here, then it treats it as custom. So which is what it did here for us. So here's the instructions again how to do it. But we're going to walk you through a little bit how to do it. So make sure the low bars are plugged in. Make sure there's no additional weight on the bars except for maybe the squeeze chute or the platform, however you're going to have it normally mounted and used. So you turn the scale on. It says on there to press and hold the weigh button and the zero key, weigh key and zero key, which are these two buttons. That's the weigh key and the zero key. You press and hold at the same time. The word cal comes up. Now it says 0 pounds on there, which now is wanting you to capture the weight at 0 reference, so it knows what 0 pounds looks like. So that's when you have all your platform and squeeze, you have all that already bolted onto it and mounted, and then you know that's where 0 pounds is 0 reference going to be. So once you have that all squared away already, you hit the 0 button. It captures what 0 references. The L shows up, which stands for load, which means now it wants you to add your weight to it. So, okay, I'm going to have to do this kind of half-assed one-handed. Put this piece of paper down. We're going to pick up the scale. The scale weighs about 5 pounds on its own, roughly. And one thing I don't like about these the True Test little bars is a teeter-totter. They rock. The base stays still, but the top wobbles. That's just how they're built. So standing on here is like standing on a freaking skateboard that's wobbling on you. So now what you do, that you got the weight on there, and I'm trying to do this best I can, center my weight on there. You press the W key, the weigh key. Now you stand there, or this is after you put all the weight on there. So I'm standing there. I don't weigh that much. I'm kind of half-assed standing on this thing. I'm trying to do this one-handed and trying to balance myself and holding the scale and the whole bit and the phone. And so if the weight, say you put 1,000 pounds on there and you hit that button and it says like 950 pounds or 1,020 pounds or whatever it is, you hit the focus. Hit the 0 button to make the numbers climb down. Hit the W button to make the numbers go back up. The slow thing about it is you got to hit that button, the up or down button for the 0. I'm trying to get something to focus, either the 0 key or the W key to climb it up or down, but you have to do that each digit you have to do that. So if you got to go up by 75 pounds, you got to hit that button 75 times. Or to go down 150 pounds, you got to climb the number down 150 times. So it's time consuming, that part of it. You can't just press and hold. It does not work that way. And then once you get the weight to where you want to, hit the A button. And I'm not going to lock it on, but that saves that weight. So it knows that 1,000 pounds, that's what 1,000 pound looks like, or however much weight you get on there. So we're not going to save that because that's not the right weight. But and then but the more weight you can put on there, the better. So what you would use for weight is I would use bags of sand, bags of feed, bags of fertilizer, bags of cement, some kind of known weight. So get like 500 to 1,000 pounds on there, and you want to space that evenly across that platform. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll kind of recap it with you real quick just to make sure you understand, or if you have any questions or whatever. Trying to get this into focus. There we go. So you make sure all your low bars are connected. You turn the scale on. You hit the W key, the weight key, and the 0 key together at the same time. For a few seconds, the word cal comes up on this display, which it did, and 0 is displayed. Remove all weights from low bar, which that just means all the any excess weight that's not going to be on there normally. So you can leave the squeeze chute on there, you can leave the platform on there and all that. And then you hit the 0 key. That captures what 0 pounds is normally going to look like. Then the L pops up. Then add some weight to calibrate it to. So you can, if you're doing an individual bar, you can put your weight across there. If you're holding the scale in your hand when you're doing all this, add about 5 pounds to the normal weight. But if you're putting if it's on the squeeze chute or the platform, make sure however much weight to put on the 500, 600, 800 pounds of good known weight on there, just spread it across there pretty evenly from front to back. Once it's all on there, hit the weigh button, the weigh key, the W key. It's going to give it a few seconds. It's going to capture what it thinks that weight is. So if you put 500 pounds on there and you put the W button and it shows 657. Well, then now you got to push the 0 key to climb the numbers down. Or if you need to go up in weight, hit the W key and it comes the numbers up. Once you get that weight to match what you've got on there, hit the auto key, which is that's that A button right there. That saves it. Then you can turn the scale off, remove all the weight off there, turn it back on, and start throwing some weight back on there to see if it starts weighing things correctly. Then you've done the calibration correctly, and everything's going good for the low bar and the scale. But there you go. So if that helps you out, snap a picture, whatever, and there you go. All right, thanks for checking us out. Bye-bye.